I wanted to end this with a bold prediction, with a hot take, with some thought that maybe is a little bit off the beaten path. Tio, I'm going to go to you first on this.
No, don't go to me first. Go to Fanta first.
All right, Fanta, we'll go to you first. Give me a hot take. Give me a bold prediction. Give me something a little bit. Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead with yours if you got it ready.
Yeah, so I do have one ready. So I don't know what you guys are going to think about this, but I think that by the end of the season, right, if Amari Bailey can turn into a guy that averages like 13 to 15 points, if you can be someone that can consistently be a source of creation, right? So you don't have to just rely on Tiger Campbell, and you don't have to just rely on Jaime Jaquez to create everything for you offensively. If you can get it from the 5-star freshman guy that some people think is going to end up being a first-round pick, that we're going to look at this UCLA team and we're going to say that they are, one, the best team in the Pac-12, better than Arizona. I know what I'm saying. I know how crazy that sounds, but I think we'll be looking at them as the best team in Arizona in the Pac-12. And I think,
hey man, they've had times of looking like that.
Yeah,
like they beat the brakes off of Maryland. Like I understand Maryland's a hot or not situation, but when they beat Maryland like that, man, that was impressive.
Yeah. So I just think that if they can get Amari Bailey going to the point where he is a legitimate third option for him for creation. Like I know Jalen Clark can score, and like he's been awesome in his role. And I love Jaime Jaquez. I've been on the Jaime Jaquez bandwagon for 2 years now. I was the one saying that he was better than Johnny Juzang prior to the 2021 season. Right. I've been on the Jaime Jaquez bandwagon forever. I'm a Jaime Jaquez truther, if you will. And Tiger Campbell is just your good, traditional, solid, veteran, old, doesn't beat you kind of a point guard. You need guys like that. But I think Amari Bailey is the guy that ups their level to the point where you can actually consider them as a national title contender. So I think that if he gets it going, they win the Pac-12, they make the Final Four, and I think that there's a very real chance that we're looking at them as real national title threats, as opposed to just kind of like something that's a little bit more hypothetical if Amari Bailey gets it going. So I guess my hot take is Amari Bailey is one of the most influential players in college basketball, which sounds so weird when I'm saying it, but I believe it. Is that crazy?
No, it's not. No, it's not. My bold prediction is that we're going to see at least 3 Pac-12 teams in the Sweet 16. I think that the Pac-12, similar to a couple of years ago, is going to crash the NCAA tournament again, but not, I mean, UCLA and Arizona aren't crashing anything. They're that good. I expect both UCLA and Arizona to be in the Elite Eight, frankly. I think they're both that good. I like the way USC's been playing as of late, even though they've had some ups and downs. There's no question about it, but I still think something of that team. Utah's net is at 31 as we're talking right now. They sit at 31 at 11-4. That team's got length. That team's got a veteran core. To me, the Pac-12 is better than I expected it to be with a couple of teams that have emerged, okay? So I would look at that. The other bold prediction I have for 2023 shouldn't be all that bold. But Miami's going to win the ACC. I don't think people are thinking of them in that class. For all the credit we gave North Carolina, okay, for all the credit that we gave, Houston and Gonzaga in the preseason, we often say that when you have March success, it carries into what we then think of you in the preseason. For what we gave in all that credit, we should have shared a little bit more with Miami, who was unranked. Just because they lost McGusty and Moore doesn't mean they didn't have enough. They've got more than enough guys. They are one dangerous dog. I've talked with other coaches who have said, man, they're as good as anybody on their best day. It would not surprise me if 73-year-old Jim Larinaga, in a time where all these coaches are retiring and getting tired of it, Larinaga could end up going to back-to-back Elite Eights, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. So America, it's not even a hot take, but I'm just telling you right now, you better start thinking of Miami as one of the 10 best teams. They've played like it, folks. They have played like it.
Money well spent. Money well spent. They're good, man. There's not a whole lot to add there. They're very good. And when you have guards that can create like that, you're going to be very good. Norched or Ormier. Gosh, I struggle with that name.
Omir.
Omir. I want to put 3 syllables in there. Just I'm not allowed to.
Omir.
Omir, Norched Omir. Like, he's been a beast. He's done a nice job for them coming in a very new system to what he was accustomed to. Yeah, I mean, Miami right now, because they have that individual scoring that is elite, they should win that league, at least during the regular season. Mine is going to stick with, I'm just going to die on this hill. I think Tennessee's going to win the SEC because they're just going to out-tough you every freaking night. And they're the #1 offensive rebounding team in the country. So every time that Santiago Vescovi just hurls one at the backboard, they have big dudes that can go get them. And I do feel like they need to shake some things up with who their shots are coming from, because I think Vescovi is a 3rd or 4th option. And he's going to hit shots as your 3rd or 4th option. Rick Barnes isn't going to do that. But in my opinion, looking at that team, whenever he's playing alongside somebody as opposed to being the guy, Vescovi's good. When he's the guy, it's too much for him. So
who should be the guy? Is it?
I actually think like Julian's a top 15 kid in the country at getting to the foul line. His free throw rate, he's a top 50 guy at getting to the foul line. He can create for you. He's quick enough to get to spots. And then if he misses shots whenever he's attacking the rim, like, those guys are big around the rim to be able to go get it. So, like, at least put it up close. Like, that's my big thing. You got to find different ways to score, because Vescovi has not been that guy for you. Zakai Ziegler has not been that guy for you. But defensively, they're just going to find a way to out-tough you every single night. And I still think they're going to win the SEC.
And they still really haven't gotten all that much out of Josiah Jordan James, who's been what is it? Is it an ankle? What is it? A wrist? Something? Nothing? You don't know?
Hey, I'm going to give you one more bold take just for the hell of it. Okay, just for fun. All right. My Big East tournament championship game prediction on who's going to meet who.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
I'm doing it. The roof pops off the Garden. Bryce Hopkins leads Providence to the championship game, and they meet the UConn Huskies at MSG.
The only thing I would say to that is,
are you flying me up to New York? Because I really want to go if that's the case.
I won't be surprised. By the way, I won't be surprised if Hopkins keeps making a push. T.O., I know you're going to agree with me. The way he's playing, he's figured it out. They've won 7 in a row. Hopkins is starting. He's like that horse down the track. He's starting to make a candidacy for Big East Player of the Year.
Hold on. I said that at the start of the season. I said that there's a real chance that Bryce Hopkins could end up being the Big East Player of the Year this year.
I think you were drunk.
I might have been drunk, but there's a 100% chance I said that on. There's a clip of it. I'll pull it. I'll share the clip.
We'll see. I typically let Dagan go through the vaults, and he won't be able to find it.
Don't steal my takes, Fanta. No, but the only thing I would say to that is, do you think Providence finishes like? I wonder how they kind of finish in the Big East standings. If we think that UConn's going to win,
I think
that
there's
Providence
a strong possibility.
They're 4-0.
There's a strong possibility that Providence ends up in that top 2 or 3.
I agree. They're 4-0.
Like,
yeah.
They're 4-0.
Like, it is entirely possible. Like those guys, they fit so good. God, like we've talked about this. I'm a big puzzle piece guy. Like, defender, check. Devin Carter, who's been awesome. Noah Locke, floor spacer, check. Rim attack guy and kind of explosive guard who's a little bit older. Bynum, check. Bryce Hopkins, potential Big East Player of the Year, check. And then you have those 2 5s that do different things, and you can switch up the way that you attack defenses. And Jaden Pierre, guys, like that dude, you need an injection of energy. He'll bring it.
And the coach.
And Ed Cooley, of course. And he's the one who brings all those guys together. And they were spreading their wings a little bit. Like, he was letting them go. He was letting them go. And then he started to rein them back in. And you're really seeing not a finished product, but a much cleaner product.
Did he tell you he was looking for dogs? He was looking for toughness from his team. He hadn't found it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He's the dog. He's the toughness. And his team then reflects it. This team's different than last year's. Al Durham was a dog. Nate Watson was a dog. I'll tell you what, though, they're real. They got UConn Wednesday. That's going to be fascinating. The AMP is going to be wild. Then they've got St. John's on Saturday. They could be no worse than 5-1 in the Big East through 6.
No worse.
They're not losing to St. John's.
Yeah,
At
I don't
home.
think
No,
Graham
not at
and
home.
are losing to St. John's. All I will say is this.
No worse.
The only thing I'll say is this. Ed Cooley's done a great job. He's a terrific basketball coach. If Nate McMillan is fired by the Hawks, I mean, that's the first guy you got to call is Ed Cooley, right? Doc Rivers
Oh, to go to the
fired
Hawks?
by the Philadelphia 76ers. First guy you got to call is Ed Cooley, right? Am I right, fellas? When I fire Jeff Goodman, first guy I got to call
Ed Cooley.
Ed Cooley.
Yeah, he'll start laughing if he heard Goodman got fired.
Yeah, he did. He also, he's a big fan of the. I sent him a whole bunch of the Friars good luck shirts
you?
with the shamrock on it. So hopefully we'll be getting a picture of Ed Cooley wearing one that also says, I got him one that says Jeff Goodman can't guard me. So if you want to get any of those t-shirts, field68.shop, check out the merch store.
Hey, you know what? That's awfully nice that Cooley got one of those Friar shirts, and all I got the one that says "I love Dick" on there. It's the only t-shirt I got. I didn't get a Field 68 shirt. I didn't get this little microphone thing, like that thing that you have on yours. Those are cool. Love to have one of those.
You are a big dome guy.
Big dome guy.
See ya.
I need another t-shirt, man.
Well, the problem is we don't have size medium, right?
You have a medium.
We don't have a size medium. We have large, we have extra large, we have 2X.
Send me a large.
We have 3 extra people the size of Jeff Goodman. So listen.
You know, it's funny. It's not funny, but it made me chuckle. My daughter comes in, she goes, "Daddy, I like your new shirt." She's 4. It says I love Dick on it. I'm just like, that shirt's going. That's going away. I
gave one of those to my brother for a birthday, for a Christmas present.
Oh, nice.
Because
I bet he loved it.
Shirt. Yeah, he thought it was pretty funny. He's a big Grady Dick guy anyway, so he laughed about it. But listen, if you're still here, the Field of 68 Daily link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe. Field68.shop. We got a bunch of cool stuff in the merch store. And as always, make sure you rank, review, subscribe, do all those good things. Hit that like button. Tell your friends about us. For John Fanta, for Terrence Oglesby, my name is Rob Doster. We will see you guys again next time.